Hi, welcome to Future Technos. Listen up, wildlife and sports photographers, because what I'm about to share about the Nikon Z90 could make you rethink your next camera purchase. We're talking about a potential game changer for APS-C photography in 2025. It's not just about the specs. This is about insane burst rates, top-tier video features, and a groundbreaking autofocus system Nikon has been working on. The Z90 is shaping up to be something more than just another mid-range camera. Today, we're breaking down the leaked specs, expected price, and possible release date of the Nikon Z90. And honestly, this could be a major shakeup even for full-frame cameras. So let's get straight into it. The first thing that stands out is the 33-megapixel APS-C sensor. We've been hearing about it for a while now, but there's more to it than just resolution. This isn't a small upgrade. It looks like a complete redesign. Nikon has paired this sensor with their new X-Speed 7 processor. That's the same level of processing power found in some of their higher-end full-frame bodies. What this means is enhanced light-gathering efficiency, better low-light performance, and a usable ISO range up to 24,800. It also means faster readout speeds, which are crucial for high-speed shooting and reduced rolling shutter in video. Each pixel on this sensor reportedly comes with what Nikon is calling improved dynamic range technology. In simple words, you get exceptional detail preservation in highlights, reduced noise in shadows, and far more accurate colors across the entire ISO range. That's the kind of performance that makes a crop sensor feel much closer to full frame. It's not just about megapixels, it's about how those pixels are optimized to give you maximum performance in all lighting conditions. Now, before we get to the most exciting part, let's pause and imagine this combination. The speed of a pro-level sports camera paired with the kind of image quality that could even make some full-frame shooters sweat. That's what these leaked specs are hinting at. And if true, it means Nikon wants the Z90 to be more than just an entry-level or mid-tier option. They want it to be the APS-C camera that sets a new bar. Burst shooting is one of the biggest talking points. We're hearing that the Z90 could offer 20 frames per second in RAW mode. And here's the kicker: the buffer capacity could stretch to up to 1,000 frames. Just think about that. You could track an Olympic sprinter and capture every single stride, every muscle movement, every facial expression without missing a beat. Or imagine photographing a bird of prey in flight, capturing every flap of the wings without worrying about the buffer cutting you off. For sports and wildlife shooters, that kind of performance is a dream, and it's not just stills. Video on. The Z90 looks like it will be just as strong. 4K at 60 frames per second with no crop. That's a big deal because it means you're using the full width of the sensor, keeping your field of view wide. But it doesn't stop there. It's also about how the camera handles that data. Internal recording with various log profiles and external 10-bit 4.2.2 recording via HDMI. This is huge for video creators because it means far greater flexibility in post-production and professional-grade image quality. Which other camera brand do you think is getting nervous? Because, let's be honest, if Nikon really delivers this, then Canon and Sony are going to be watching closely. And speaking of competition, wait until you hear about the stabilization. The Z90 is expected to include 5-axis in body image stabilization. That's not new on its own. But what's interesting is the early reports suggesting that Nikon's implementation here is next level. We're talking about incredible shake correction, even for challenging handheld shooting. Think of recording concert footage at slow shutter speeds and still coming away with sharp results. For creators who work on the move, that's huge. And don't forget the processor upgrade. With the X-Speed 7 chip inside, buffer handling gets a massive boost. Combine that with dual memory card slots and you're looking at serious reliability. Reports say the Z90 could support both CF Express Type B and UHS-2 SD cards. That means you'll have the speed of CF Express for heavy-duty shooting and the flexibility of SD for backups or overflow. Simultaneous and split recording options could make this camera very appealing for professionals who can't afford to lose footage. But the real game changer might just be the autofocus system. Nikon is said to be giving the Z90 an advanced hybrid AF setup, something completely new for their APS-C line. This isn't just an incremental improvement, it's a complete overhaul of how Nikon handles subject tracking. The leaks mention AI-based subject detection that analyzes movement patterns using data from over 500 focus points at once. That's serious computing power focused entirely on keeping your subject sharp. What makes this even more impressive is how the system adapts. For animals, it's said to consider species-specific movement patterns. So if you're photographing a bird, it knows how to anticipate flight paths. If you're tracking a dog, it recognizes the type of movements dogs make. For sports, it could predict player movements based on game scenarios. This is the kind of intelligence in autofocus that we've been used to hearing about from Sony. But if Nikon pulls this off, it might even rival or outperform Sony's real-time tracking tech. Now, of course, leaks are leaks, and nothing is final until Nikon makes it official. But even the idea of this autofocus system in an APS-C body shows us Nikon's ambitions. They want to bring professional-level performance down to a more affordable range. And that's the part that could make the Z90 such a disruptive camera in 2020.